Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have my phone on my suitcase because that's the only, I don't even know, stand I can use. So yes, I'm in front of my closet. Those are not my clothes except for maybe like 2 items. That's it. I know I haven't been on my channel in like maybe since December, and it's now June. Maybe, I don't know, I guess February. I don't know when the last time I uploaded. But a lot of things have happened recently. I moved back in with my parents like a month ago. Yeah, the 13th of, or the 15th of May. So yeah, a month ago. I had to leave Georgia. I literally had to leave because if I stayed, there might not be a Natalie anymore. I'm trying not to cry, don't cry. Thank God for waterproof mascara. And what I mean by that is I've tried to end my life because I physically and mentally can't take it anymore. Like, I am tired of the drama. I'm tired of the BS in my family drama. I'm sick of it. And it all comes down, now that I think about it, one person. I'm not saying it's her fault, but I can't help. It's mainly she's the main reason why I feel the way I feel, because of all the stuff, all the events that was going on. And with me, I have been diagnosed with social anxiety disorder and by depression and bipolar, and I am just physically and mentally not stable for a hostile environment. Let me just tell you what I mean by that. So when I first moved up to Georgia, it was in August of 2018, which was last year, almost a year ago, 10 months ago. And everything was fine and dandy and everyone was getting along and stuff like that. But when the 5th month of me living up there came around, it's starting to go downhill. She tried to be my friend, and I get that. I understand that. Like, you want to make everything cool between us when it comes to him. But the thing is, with me, I'm not gonna be cool with you if you talk shit about me behind my back. When I went to they're not really my aunts, and they're not really my aunt and uncle, but they're family, like they're best friends of my real dad's. And we went to their house, because I haven't seen him since I was like 13. I'm 20 now. This was before I turned 20, but like, haven't seen him forever. And my aunt was telling me a bunch of stuff, saying what she said in front of my real father. And according to my aunt and my real father and my uncle, she called me a spoiled little bitch, and that I get everything handed to me on a silver platter. When I found that out, I took it upon myself to text her. I said, "So you think I'm a spoiled little bitch?" She said, "I never said that." I said, "Really?" Because according to my aunt and my uncle and my real dad, you said I was a spoiled little bitch that gets everything handed to me on a silver platter. Guys, that's not the case. I don't get everything handed to me on a silver platter. My parents taught me to earn stuff I want to do. Yes, I've gone on trips. I've gone, places I've never been before. I went to Disney. I went to Universal. I went to SeaWorld. I went to Dollywood. Okay, and not only did I got to go, but my little sister, who is now 8 years old, got to go. They did it because of the kids. They didn't do it because I get everything handed to me. I've been so over, I don't even know how to start this. I'll come back to y'all. Okay, I'm back. I don't even know what to do. No, I'm trying to get Bella not to jump on the thing. All my life, I have been physically and mentally damaged, and I had to learn how to grow up real fast. I don't know if y'all know the song of For the Love of a Daughter by Demi Lovato, but I can relate to what I can't say I've been through what she's went through with her biological father, but I feel the pain what she went through, because I felt the same pain as she went through with her biological father with mine. I had to learn how to grow up at the age of 7. When I was living with my real father. Growing up, my real father would say he would want me, and then he would bring me back to my parents, who were my grandparents at the time before I called them mom and dad, and let them have me. And then he'll say he want me back probably the next year and a half later. It stopped then at the age of 10 when he got locked up. All my life I've been bullied because I never lived with my real father or my real mother. People make fun of me because I was raised by my grandparents. They will think, "Oh, look at the girl with no parents. Her family doesn't love her. She's stuck with her grandparents. I feel so sad for them." I was bullied. It was hard for me to have friends because if I told something so secret to one friend, I had one person tell the whole school what I went through. I was physically and mentally abused as a child by the women that my real father was with, and I'm glad my sister does not have to go through that. We got adopted when I was about to turn 13. It was 2 weeks before I turned 13. On February 29th, year 2012, in Tallahassee, Florida, at 10 a.m. in the morning. And I was officially my parents' child, legally. Guys, a mom and a dad to me is someone that loves you, be there for you, will be there for you when you're happy, you're sad, you're depressed, even though sad and depressed is the same thing basically. Be there for you when you need someone to talk to, if you can't go to your friends. That's a mom and dad to me. I would literally stay up until maybe 2 in the morning, talk to my father about what I'm going through, how was my day, what did I do, and all the stuff that's been in my mind. My mom, on the other hand, it was very hard for me growing up to talk to her because I would blame her for replacing my real mom. And I know I shouldn't have done that, but as a child, you can't help but think that. Now, I'm not saying I think that to this day, because I'm grateful for the people that I can call mom and dad, my family. Yes, I argue with my mother like it's nothing. And I mean, that's every mother-daughter relationship. Sometimes I'll just pick fights with her just to annoy her, which is something I should not be doing. As I got older, by the time I turned 15, I was in a very dark place in my life where I just wanted to die. Like, I was getting bullied, for how I looked, for what I went through. I just wanted to die. I wanted it all to end. My sister was 3 when all this was happening. One day, I was planning on killing myself because I couldn't take it anymore. As I was sitting in my room plotting on how I'd die, my little sister walks through my door. All she had to do was look at me and stare into my soul and make me stop. And that's what she did. She just looked at me and saw the knife in my hand and said, "Sissy, don't." Those 2 words really hit home, and it made me realize that I shouldn't do that because it will leave her without a big sister, without a role model. As soon as she said those words, she ran and got my mom and my dad. My dad came in the room first. And I remember hearing her yelling, saying, "Sissy, knife, sissy, knife." And like, she couldn't really say has or anything like that. She could only say certain words. And then I hear running footsteps on tile floor. The baby gate closed really fast, like really loud. My dad barges into the room and takes it away from me and starts crying. I've never seen my dad cry except for baby videos at his best friend's funeral. But that day I saw him cry and said, "Please don't leave. What are you doing?" Oh, I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. couldn't even look at him in the eye. I couldn't even look at my mom. I finally got the help I need, and most people who are watching know me a lot. If they ever see this, they don't know the side of this. They don't know the whole story of how I am today. To them, they look at me as a strong, independent woman who doesn't need somebody to tell her what she can and cannot do. They see a strong woman, young woman who is determined to do anything for her family, her friends, anything she puts her mind to. But what they don't know that this person also cries every night herself to sleep, scared for her life. Who stays up until 3 o'clock, maybe 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, constantly worrying about others, constantly scared to fall asleep because of someone that's gonna break into their house and kill her. And now they get to see the side of me. Anyway, about a year later, this is when, okay, so I can't cry anymore. I'm so done of crying. I've been crying and crying and crying. I don't think I can cry again. I'll be right back. Guys, as I'm watching and editing this video, I realize I look like a sad little, I don't mean for this video to be depressed and everything, but I feel like I need to put my story out there and how I fight through it, and I'm still fighting through it with it. But yeah, don't judge me on it. Okay, I'm back. So, I've had, like I said before, anxiety. I have social anxiety, depression disorder. Let me move this way. I'm not in the camera. Okay. I didn't mean to move my phone. And depression, bipolar, you name it, I got it. Growing up, I've had, every kid has anxiety. They're always anxious, They're always going through a lot. And it didn't get, my anxiety and my depression didn't really get bad until I was 16. No, 17. 3 years ago. In my junior year. The end of my junior year. I guess I should probably explain that. So in my junior year, I was friends with this guy, and I thought he was really cute. And Avi, if you're watching, shut up. I'm going to get a phone call from this. Trying to light my mood, and it's not helping. So of course we're, being friends and talking, and he was dating someone at the time. And I didn't find out he dumped this girl to be with me until he was flirting with me. Now his ex, the girl that he was with at the time we were talking as friends, comes up to me and says, "You better watch out because he's abusive. He'll physically and mentally abuse you." Now, me being a 17-year-old girl, I'm not thinking that. I'm like, oh, that's not going to happen to me. That's never going to happen to me. Well, after flirting and talking, like more than friends, we became an item. You know, it was all fun and game. It was like all fun, and you know, we were cute together for like, we were being cute and everything for the first month. Well, that first month quickly disappeared, and this guy that I was dating, that I called my boyfriend, and yes, I said I loved him, and I regret saying those 3 words. Do, because when you're young and you have a boyfriend that's been over a month, you're like, oh, I love you, like, oh my god, you're stupid and naive. That's the key. Well, that second month of being together turned into hell. We were always fighting, and you know, we'll make up probably like 4 hours later after school and be like a normal couple. I just realized all of our freaking fights started at school. That's right, because he didn't have a phone. I had my knee surgery on my left knee on April 27th, 2016. He sent me roses, he sent me balloons, his family gave me a get well card, and all of that. I was out of school for a week, but my mom went to school and got all my stuff from Avi, which is my best friend from 5th grade, and we reunited in junior year. Hey girl, what's up? When I came back to school, I found out that he was cheating on me with a friend of mine. So when I found out that information, I obviously confronted him, because I also had evidence of that situation. I confronted him, showed him the picture that was sent to me. I don't have the picture, but it's from my old phone, like the Samsung Galaxy S4. Yeah, that phone. I have an iPhone X now, S Max. But anyway, back to the thing. Let's make this clear. First of all, I was on freaking crutches. Second, I was being calm as hell about the situation, because I'm not going to blow it out of proportion without hearing his side of the story. So when I confronted him about it, he just looked at me, and I remember him looking at me and saying these words: "You are a stupid F bitch if you think I was cheating on you." And I said, well, what about these pictures? He goes, those are photoshopped. First of all, my friend that sent me that don't know how to Photoshop. Right then, I knew he was lying. So I stopped talking to him. I crutched away, and he grabbed my backpack that I had on and pulled me. Guys, I had surgery a week before that. My knee was on fire when he did that. I was crying, and one of my guy friends that was a football player saw it and told him to back the F up. She's hurt. You don't do that to a girl ever, regardless she's on crutches or anything. So when my friend helped me up and walked me to my class without him, probably 2 weeks of not talking. We were still together. I had to like distance myself away from him. Anyway, after 2 weeks of not talking, we finally made up. I forgave him because I'm a forgiving person. One night on a Saturday night, one weekend I went to his house on Saturday and hung out with his family. His family left to go get groceries for dinner and asked if we wanted to go. And we were like, no, we're watching a movie, which we really were. Probably like 10 minutes after his whole family left to go get groceries, he snapped. He will call me names like bitch, slut, whore, scumbag. I said slut, I think. Annoying, stupid, trash. He would mentally abuse me out of the freaking blue. And me trying to be this tough 17-year-old girl, I was just, okay, that's how you feel about me. Why are you with me? As soon as those words came out of my mouth, he hit me. He hit me right in here. It left a bruise. Trust me, it left a bruise. And I just looked at him and I was like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I was reaching for my phone to call my father, and he throws it in the floor as I was reaching for it. He said, you're not calling nobody after I'm done with you. Now, that's when I turned scared. I was so terrified of him. I was scared. I thought he was gonna murder me. He didn't murder me. He raped me. That wasn't my virginity losing. I already lost my virginity when I was 15. Dude, someone really stupid. I wish I waited, but I didn't. Anyway, he tied me to his bed and raped me. He took everything from me. I didn't feel like a human being after that. I felt like a slut. I felt worthless, useless, you name it, I felt it. He made me put makeup on to cover my bruises. They were all up in my arm. I had one bruise on my face, one around my neck, and the other one right here. And then 2 on my thighs. After that incident, my best friend saw right through me there was something wrong. There was something really off about me. I didn't tell her. I just said, I'm not feeling good. Probably like 4 weeks later, or no, a month and a half later, I missed my period. So I had one of my friends that was a senior. I gave her, my dad needed like $20 for food, even though, I gave her $20 and told her to give me the change and go buy me a pregnancy test so I could take it at school. She went and told me in the morning the next day, which was a school day, to find her and get the pregnancy test out of her locker, and we'll go take it. So the next day, after she already bought it, I found her and we went to the bathroom and took it. Guys, the 3 minutes that you have to wait to find the results, I was shaking, I was crying, I was like so scared that this monster of a human being had got me pregnant. 3 months has passed, not 3 months, 3 minutes has passed, and I was pregnant. Now I know you're wondering, where's the baby? I had a miscarriage. A month later, I didn't even tell him. We were done by then. I didn't tell him. I didn't even tell my family until I was 18. No, 19, like last year. A month after I found out I was pregnant, he found out. And I figured someone in my inner circle told him I was pregnant with his child. So I'm hanging out on the beach by myself, and my friend and her boyfriend at the time was in the water. I was getting a tan. Guys, I can't get tan. You see how pale this shit is? This is like ridiculous. I'm pale and I live in Florida. Anyway. He grabbed me by my hair and told me to meet him in the bathroom. Now the scared child, which is me, had to agree because I'm afraid he was going to hurt people, including myself. So I agreed. I told my friends, I'm like, okay, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. I meet him. He said, when are you going to tell me you were pregnant with my child? I was like, what are you talking about? I had to play stupid, guys. I had to literally play stupid. He said, I know you're pregnant. I was like, I'm not pregnant. You got the wrong girl. You think I'm pregnant. He's like, no, I'm not stupid. And I said, I never said you were. He said, don't back talk me. And he slapped my arm. So I said, fine, I'm pregnant. And there was literally no one around because everyone was on the beach. He kept punching me in the stomach and kicking me and beating me. And I wasn't that far along, you know. I never got to hear my baby's heartbeat. I didn't get to experience like what mothers do. But yeah, I had a miscarriage because of the beating, and I went to the doctor and I was like bleeding constantly, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I didn't know what was going on. And then they said, were you pregnant? I was like, yeah, I was pregnant. And they're like, well, you had a miscarriage. I was like, great. In my mind, I was like, did I have a girl? Was I going to have a girl? But I wasn't, you know, that far along to tell. Fast forward, after not seeing him, I started dating someone else that summer. And, you know, everything was fine for the first, like, we were together for 4 months. It was awesome. It was like, you know, we went on dates. He came over to my house. We hung out with my sister. We hung out with my family. We went to church together. And then he broke up with me. We're not getting into that because guess what? We're back together after 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. I'm not seeing each other. We're back together. I'm happy. After him and I broke up, probably about 2 months later, I started dating someone new. Now, this is when my anxiety kicks in. With the guy, my boyfriend, my current boyfriend now, when him and I first dated, my anxiety was, like, over the top. I was scared he was going to beat me. I was, like, you know, always terrified. Because I've been beaten my whole life, like I said before. Yeah. So probably like a month, 2 months later, after my boyfriend and I did the first time, broke up, I started dating someone new. And then we were together for my whole senior year. We went to prom together. God, I hated prom. I really did. Don't ask. We graduated together. We went to homecoming. No, we didn't go to homecoming together. We got together after homecoming. Because I was dating someone at the time. I was, not dating, talking to somebody at the time. And I invited him to homecoming, which was the stupidest thing I've ever done. because I kind of wish I invited him. Anyway. He broke up with me on our 1 year. Because, guys, I graduated in 2017. And October 23rd, was our 1 year. No, 15th. The 15th was our 1 year. He broke up with me on October 23rd. October 23rd, 2017. He broke up with me over Snapchat. Guys, I literally cried for like 4 hours. 2 hours was at the house. The other 2 hours was at Avi's house. And I was like, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. When 2018 came around, I started drinking. I was partying. I was doing the most stupidest things I was doing underage when I turned 18. I will sometimes come home drunk. How I got home, I still don't remember to this day. That was like 2 years ago, and I still don't. Well, last year. No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. No, it was when I was 19. I'm sorry. Last year, 2018, I was drinking and partying, and I still don't know how I got home or anything like that. I also let people walk all over me. 2018 has been the most bad experience of my life. I got new friends, lost friends, had someone live with me. She walked all over me. It finally got to the point where I had to move, and I didn't know where to go. Couldn't call my uncle. I couldn't live with him, even though my parents tried to get me to live with him, but my aunt is too OCD for my liking, okay? She's way too OCD. So I called my real father. Said I need a place to live. I can't live here anymore. I explained to him why. Here's the funny thing. My stepmother had no say in it whatsoever for me to live with them. That's the funny part. So she'll play nice when I was living with them for the first 4 months. She would play nice, like all fine and dandy. She thought, in that stupid mind of hers, it was temporary. First of all, you think Pizza Hut is going to cover an apartment? No. It's not. Like I said, the 5th month, like I said earlier about living with them, probably 3 weeks later, a month before I moved back, a lot of things went down one night. I said, you know what? I was crying. I was on the phone with my parents. I was like, I want to come home. That night got me to the point where I called my parents and said, Mom, Dad, come get me. I want to come home. They said, put your real father on. This is their son. Said, put Randy on the phone. He's like, she's not leaving. And as soon as those words flew out of his mouth, it brought back those memories from my ex-boyfriend that beat me all the time. That he would always tell me, you're not leaving, you're not leaving, you're not leaving. I felt trapped. I grabbed my keys in a box and grabbed my cat and threw her in the car. As you can see her right here. Get your... Get down. That night was very crazy. Y'all see this? But I'm happy to be home. I'm happy where I am now. But guys, I'm still struggling with anxiety and depression and bipolar. I'm struggling really hard. Because while I was living in Georgia, I also tried to kill myself 30 times. I ended up going to hospital one night because I passed out from holding my breath. I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. This is my life. I'm still fighting for my life to be who I want to be a better role model for my sister, to be a great girlfriend, maybe a great wife one day, maybe a mother one day. I think it's time for me to get my act together and do what I want to do and not let anyone tell me I can't do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And Bella. And stay tuned for another one. Bye guys.